Last year's Madden, and some may argue previous Maddens, suffered from three things: terrible graphics, lackluster presentation, and suspect gameplay on the defensive side of the ball. EA Sports attempted to address these concerns in Madden NFL 15 with more detailed player models, revamped presentation, and several changes with defensive line and secondary play. All of these changes are noticeable from the second you boot up the game, thanks to a unique opening sequence, and the end result is a more enjoyable experience than last year's horrid title. One of the biggest problems with past Madden games was how much the game favored the offensive side of the ball. Well, that has all changed this year with new defensive controls in the open field. Users can choose between making aggressive or conservative tackles with a push of a button, and an optional tackle cone has been added as a guide to help you determine when to make a tackle attempt. Those thinking this is another vision cone gimmick, don't worry, as it's simply a visual tool that can be turned off. Another huge change is the D-line controls. I never found it worthy to control a D lineman in any Madden game, and that's changed for me in Madden NFL 15. New pass tools enable you to jump the snap, shed blocks, and close gaps with the push of a button. Users also have the option to switch to a defensive camera view and/or lock onto a single player. These changes make playing defense in the trenches fun and engaging. The Ignite engine introduced in last year's game is back, and you can tell a lot has been cleaned up in Madden NFL 15. Glitches are minimal and animations are more varied, as you'll see cleaner gang tackles, new catch and stumbling animations, and different interactions between linemen, wide receivers, and defensive backs. Sure, you'll spot the occasional tackle you've seen several years in a row, but I've never seen so many different new animations and interactions in a Madden title. Other changes on the gameplay front are minor but helpful. QBs now throw the occasional inaccurate pass, which is a jab to those super QBs we all loved in past Maddens. EA Sports also revamped their play call system with the ability to play no huddle or chew clock with a push of a button, and get suggested play calls based on data collected from online games. In addition, users can view individual matchups pre-snap using the coach stick to take advantage of any mismatches. Novice and hardcore gamers alike will find these features helpful. Madden has been known for its god-awful presentation over the years, and although they hired someone from NFL Films to assist with Madden 15's presentation, I was still skeptical. However, after playing the game, I realized this is the best presentation I've seen in any Madden title. Not perfect, but definitely good. The first thing you'll notice when playing a game is the CBS-style presentation, as Madden 15 includes a slick TV-like graphics package, complete with ad spots following breaks in the action. Pre-game intros include stats of the top players, cutscenes and replays are more varied, as you'll even see things like injured players being checked on by trainers or highlights of a specific player who is doing well. TV-style camera angles are sprinkled throughout the game, different stat lines appear as games progress, and finally, there's a legitimate halftime show with first half highlights and stats, and although you'll see the occasional jarring highlights, for the most part it's done well. Living Worlds is actually living in Madden NFL 15, as each team has specific crowd chants and Jumbotron graphics. However, those interactive sidelines they promised last year are still lacking. Phil Simms and Jim Nantz return to the booth this year, and they do a more commendable job this year with more in-game specific commentary. However, there's still too many generalities for my taste and would have loved to see more banter similar to the opening sequence of the game. Madden 15 really stepped up in the presentation department. Outside of my small gripe with commentary, my main issues with past Madden titles were fixed this year. Repetitive, jarring, nonsensical cutscenes are gone, actual TV-style pregame and halftime shows and TV-style replays have been added, and camera angles and cutscenes look like what you would see on TV. Madden NFL 15 looks more like it should on the PS4 and Xbox One, with better graphics than its predecessor. Player models have more realistic faces, bodies, jerseys, and helmets than last year's game. However, the faces on less popular players are more generic than the Pro Bowlers, and tattoos have been added, which is a nice touch, but only on 49ers QB Colin Kaepernick. This was apparently due to licensing issues. Hopefully this changes in future Madden games. Lighting is what blew me away visually. Having proper lighting can make a huge difference in how a game looks, and EA Sports nailed it with Madden NFL 15. Lighting is done appropriately on the players and on the field based on the weather, whether it's clear skies, rain, or snow. Stadiums are dead on like their real-life counterparts, with team-specific Jumbotron graphics, and on-field grass is as realistic as ever. Crowd models are more varied, but could be improved upon. Overall, Madden 15 is a great-looking game, obviously better than last year's title. Outside of a new arcade-like gauntlet mode, which puts gamers through a series of training camp drills with ridiculous tasks, everything else is familiar to last year's game. Connected Franchise makes its return, with the only changes being the addition of Game Prep, which enables you to spend hours to train players and boost confidence, and the ability to relocate a team on demand. Outside of this, it's the same solid CFM as previous titles. Madden Ultimate Team is back as well, with more streamlined ways to manage packs and players, but it's essentially unchanged. Other time-wasting modes like Skills Trainer and Madden Moments are also available and are what we thought they were. Didn't get a chance to test online play as no one was available to play against at the time of this review, but I'm guessing it's as solid as it always is. Despite the lack of changes to various game modes, Madden NFL 15 is a better game at its core, which is personally more important to me. Previous titles were flawed from a defensive gameplay, presentation, and visual standpoint, and fortunately EA addressed all of these issues with Madden NFL 15. Haters may shy away thinking the game will be the same old Madden, but you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you pass on it this year. Madden NFL 15 plays a great game of football. That's a wrap on this episode of Sports Gamer Show. If you want more content, go to the website, www.sportsgamershow.com. Make sure to like the Sports Gamer Show Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter at SportsGamerShow, and me on Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network. I'm Rio Pacino, and I'll see you on the next show.